Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another review video. Today we are going to be taking a look at this headset that was sent to me for review by the company that make it, just to get that out in the open straight away. This is the NUBWO HG04L, and basically if you're looking for a sort of budget-friendly gaming headset that isn't bad, because most of them are bad, then stick around for this video. This headset, it's a wired headset, but it costs barely more than a tenner. Like, you can pick them up for like £15–20. Could it be a decent headset? Let's dig in and have a look at it. So let's go through what we get in the box. Obviously I've got it all out already. So you got your box here, you get your quick start guide that you get with most electronics that no one reads, and then it comes in this sort of nice foam sleeve with the NUBWO branding on it. But that's all you really need. On the box you have like your year warranty, 24/7 customer support, your returns, and the email address for the support teams, and then your basic stuff that you'd see on the box, and then like social media sort of links and everything. And then obviously in the box is the headset. Let me move the box out of the way and we'll do it this way. So like I said, wired headset. Yeah. Right. Now we will get into the specs on the headset. So this headset, like I said, is the NUBWO HG04L. It's a wired over-the-ear gaming headset. Comes with your standard 3.5mm jack, so it's designed to work on basically anything that uses a 3.5mm jack, so PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, basically anything with an audio jack. It uses 40mm dynamic drivers. They have an impedance of 32 ohms and a sensitivity of 96 decibels, which covers roughly your standard sort of 20 Hz to 20 kHz frequency sort of range. I haven't weighed it personally myself, but it weighs in at around the 250 gram mark. Comes with something that the company called protein memory foam for the ear cups and the sort of band for the top of the head. And then obviously, as you can see, it's like a foldable, rotatable design, so they can be folded up nicely for transport, so on and so forth, if you're going somewhere and taking them with you. In the hand, they are quite lightweight, but they're not light enough that they feel cheap. Obviously, where they extend on either side is like a piece of metal, which is nice because most cheap headsets in this sort of price range, this will be plastic. And then as you put in the stress on the headband to put them on your head, they can give way and snap. And then on the back of this ear cup here, you have a mute button. So the mic's not detachable, and it's also not like a fold-up mute design. You just have this mute button on the back. Now, I've been using this headset for about a week, and my old headset has the sort of fold-up mutable mic, but I actually quite like this button. It's really accessible, being on like the left ear cup, and then you've got your volume dial on the back of the headset, which is nice because I'm not a big fan of sort of inline controls on the cable. So yeah, like I said, I've been using this about a week for in-game audio and talking to people in Discord calls and stuff like that. The clamping force of the headset isn't brutal. It was quite tight when I first got it, but it's obviously brand new. It loosens up after a while of being on your head. The ear cups are nice and soft with it being the protein memory foam. First impressions of it, it's not like a high-end premium headset that you would expect with like some of the few £100 Astro headsets, but that's the difference there. They're a few £100. This is like at most 20, 25. Like I said, you'll probably get it 15 to 20. So yeah, it's not premium by any stretch, but for the price, it's not bad, basically, like you would expect. So now we will get into some sound quality tests. As for the sound quality, I've tested this on a few games, Call of Duty, Battlefield. I even played it like with Flight Simulator on. I played Forza through it, Need for Speed. I've played a few different games. Footsteps, the ambient noise and the directional cues are actually surprisingly good. The soundstage isn't the widest soundstage, but the positional audio is acceptable for a headset in this price range. For music, sort of casual listening, music listening, it performs okay. The bass is present, but it's not overwhelming. It's punchy enough, but it's not crazy bassy, which most people will like. The mids and highs are decent enough for sort of like non-critical listening. Like, don't expect like audiophile detail, obviously, at this price range, but it's more than usable for like background music, casual listening, talking in Discord, so on and so forth. The microphone is a unidirectional mic, captures voice really clearly actually for the price range of this headset. For in-game chat and Discord calls, it does a solid job. Like I said, I've used it now for a week in calls, and everybody that I've spoke to have said that the mic's really clear. It's not obviously a studio grade microphone, but it's good enough. And as long as you sort of angle it properly, it will do the job perfectly fine. The clarity is decent. So ultimately, you get functional sort of sound and chat capability. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it's really good for the actual price of the headset. Like, I've tested other headsets in this price range and they were garbage. This headset is surprisingly really good.
Right, so here we go guys, this is the microphone on the headset. Now, in some games I tested obviously solely on PC, I found the bass to be decent. It's not earth shattering, but it's good enough. The 40mm drivers do the job for the price of this headset. Like explosions in Call of Duty and such, that's like they sound punchy enough, and footsteps are clear. The trebles and the mids, dialogue in games cutscenes came through pretty clear. Some high-end sort of finesse is missing to them for very high fidelity, but for everyday gaming it's a solid headset. Soundstage is obviously stereo, it's not fancy virtual 7.1 or anything like that. The site does claim surround soundstage, but that's more for marketing I think than anything else. In competitive FPS games you can locate left and right pretty reasonably, but the depth and back positioning isn't as precise as like your premium headsets, but again, you're not paying a premium price. The volume is more than loud enough for being sat in your living room or at a desktop, without distortion even at high levels. Now, for the mic, like I said, this is what you're hearing me through now. It's a unidirectional noise cancelling microphone. It does what it promises. As you can hear when I speak now, it's pretty clear, and background noise is cut reasonably well, even though I'm in a quiet room anyway. The on headset mute button is really handy, obviously. I can't show you that unless I just push the mute button, but that wouldn't prove anything. One note, the mic does sometimes pick up some ambient room noise if you're in quite a loud space, so if your environment's obviously noisy, then it won't match high-end noise cancelling microphones. But for like standard bedrooms or gaming rooms and stuff like that, it works perfectly fine. So overall, in regards to the sound quality in the microphone, considering the price point, the sound and mic are very respectable. if you're after like top tier audiophile clarity or 3D spatial stuff like that, then obviously there are better and more expensive headsets. But yeah, for sub £30, sub £20 budget range, it's a really strong contender, like audio and mic quality wise. So let's finish off the review.
So as for the comfort, obviously thanks to it being quite a lightweight build of a headset with really soft ear cups, I wore it for long gaming sessions in the multiple hours and I had no ear pain, no like heavy pressure or anything like that. I have found as well that with some headsets, especially with these sort of leatherette sort of ear cups, your ears can get very warm in this, but I haven't really had that problem with this headset. I'm not sure how they've managed that, but good on them. Construction of it, now the material is obviously mostly plastic apart from the band that I showed you in there where you extend it. But it's not the cheapest plastic. It's actually quite a solid feeling plastic, especially on the back of the ear cups. So like, don't expect obviously the highest build quality because again, we keep going back to the price. You're not going to get it for that sort of price. Like I said, obviously where you extend the headset is nice that it has a metal band running through because it won't give way when sort of stretching the headset to put it on your head, which is decent. I wouldn't be too rough on it though, obviously, because it is primarily built out of plastic, and especially sort of these bits here where it folds, and I wouldn't want it to snap there because that'd be a really awkward place for it to give way. I've had no issues with it so far. It doesn't make a creaking noise or anything either, which makes me think the plastic is actually pretty decent. Portability wise, obviously you've got your foldable ear cup, so it folds down quite nicely, and then obviously your 3.5mm jack, and then a decent braided cable. I think the cable's about 1 meter, which is good enough, especially if you sat right beside your PC or you're using it on a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck or something like that. So yeah, the fact that you can fold it up, which I wasn't expecting at this price range, is actually quite nice. So for the price point, comfort wise, like the comfort and portability are probably the headset's strongest points. Good for like your casual gamers or people that commute, like I said, using a Steam Deck or something like that. So we'll get into the pros and the cons next. So in this segment, I'll talk through the pros and the cons and who this sort of headset's for and who should skip it, sort of thing. So we'll go for the pros. First off, what I'd say is it's very budget friendly for a gaming headset. Like, great if you're just after a budget headset or you're working with a tight budget, or if you want a backup headset in case your main one gives out. It's comfortable for like your long sessions, obviously thanks to the lightweight design and the memory foam ear pads. It's compatible with many platforms, PC, console, mobile, Steam Deck, Switch, everything really that has a 3.5mm jack. It's got a really good microphone for its price point, an acceptable stereo sound, which is obviously fine for just casual gaming or chatting or whatever, watching YouTube. The cons, the build quality is obviously not the best because it's plastic, but on the counter to that, like I said, it's not the cheapest feeling plastic either. But it probably wouldn't be that durable if you were to treat it roughly, which I don't know why you would do anyway, but the sound quality is decent. It's not great. I would like for it to be a bit louder if you turn it all the way up, but it's not terrible. You can hear perfectly fine through it. So it's not for your audiophile sort of music listening or competitive grade positional audio. The next con I'd say is there's no advanced features like surround sound, emulation, detachable cable, detachable mic, so on and so forth. But again, it's not the end of the world if you're looking for a budget headset. And it's probably not ideal if you want something to last years under heavy use. You're probably best off looking for something probably double, maybe triple the price point of this. Now, as for who the headset's for and who should skip it, I'd say it's good for your casual gamers, people on a budget, someone needing a backup or a beta headset, console or PC gamers who want a simple sort of plug and play wireless headset. Obviously for PC, depending on your PC's case, you might need a splitter like this. Now this didn't come with this is my own splitter that I had anyway. But just keep that in mind, or if you're thinking about buying this, then have a look at your PC and see if it's got sort of split 3.5mm jacks for your mic and your headphones. Some do, some don't. You can pick one of them up on Amazon for like £3. Back to who should get this. So the people that should probably skip it, people that are like audiophiles that want a high-end sort of sound stage, it's probably no good for them sort of people. Or if you use headsets sort of heavily on the daily and you want more durability, it's probably not for you. Or like I said, if you want features like detachable cable, detachable microphone, wireless connectivity, then obviously it's not for you. So the final verdict on the NUBWO HG04L. So for under 20 quid, it delivers more than you might expect for a headset at that price. It's not premium by all means, but for casual gaming, chatting, everyday use, it's a solid sort of value pick. If you're after like a cheap, lightweight all-rounder, then it's worth considering picking one up. If you need a high-end audio or heavy-duty build quality, then you might want to invest in something a bit pricier, like I said. But for what it costs, it's credible, it's competent, and it's not embarrassing. I really like this headset. Like, I've come from using not an expensive set of Astros, but I think they're Astro A20s, and I've actually found myself using these more than I have my Astros, which says something about this when they're going up against companies like that, and I still prefer this. So yeah, let me know if you've tried the NUBWO HG04L. Let me know in the comments what you thought, blah blah blah. Or drop it in the comments if you're thinking about picking one up. If you enjoyed this review, please like the video. It helps the channel out, subscribe, so on and so forth. I'm not going to go through it all with you. Everyone's heard it a million times. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more reviews, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one.